So I have a bit of a confession for all the viewers of this episode of Vintage Toy Freedom. This is the first one that I'm really having some reservations about opening. This is the 1991 Wild Bill, or Wild Bill version 2. As you can see, the card's in pretty good shape, the bubble's in good shape. There's a little bit of stress in the hanger there. No cutouts in the UPC or anything, but this is a toy that needs to be played with. It needs to be displayed. A few reasons I'm going to open it. One, because that's what I do now. That's kind of my thing, to the chagrin of some people, which is fine and which is expected. I like to push boundaries, push envelopes, push buttons. Make some people uncomfortable. They might look at this and say, "Hey, this is a 25-year-old collectible toy," and they would be right. But I'll be honest. I paid $14 for this shipped, and again, I would pay $4 for a mint Wild Bill version 2, and he's got quite a few accessories here. So we're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a knife. 10. Stand. I wouldn't pay $1 for that. That's 10. 11, and then $3 shipping. That's $14, right? So I got a carded one, a nice carded one, for $14, which is perhaps what I'd pay for a complete one, maybe. I personally probably wouldn't pay that much, but what I've been finding is when I start piecing things together, that's how much it costs. If you're paying $1 for each of these things, maybe 50 cents, you're paying shipping and all that. So, also another thing, I would say, and maybe other collectors might say, 91's where you start to kind of lose it. A lot of people will collect up to 89. As I've mentioned in a previous video, the 90 line's pretty cool. There's some cool things in there, and not that these are any bad figures. The Cobra Eel's pretty cool. Destro, I mean that's a pretty kind of cartoon accurate one. Duke's not too bad. The wetsuit's kind of cool. I was always a fan of him. But, we started getting to the missile launcher stuff here. Obviously, we're getting into some of the new, what it calls here, special forces. So, you got Ninja Force, Eco Warriors, Drug Elimination Force. And, as cool as a Dolphin is and things like that, some of the stuff just got kind of weird. I mean, it was the 90s, right? We started getting into the ninjas and, neon colors and things like that. So, not super cool, not super collectible. And this is where, I feel like it really starts to kind of lose us. So this is Wild Bill version 2. Obviously, the first one came with the Dragonfly helicopter. There's actually a version 3. They're very similar. I'm showing here my loose examples. So this is obviously the 91, which we're about to open here. This is the 92, and he was actually part of the Battle Corps line. So you can see the file card is going to be different. The card art on the front, this has kind of that sort of pixelated explosion thing. And there actually are some differences if you look. The text is different on here. He's the Air Cavalry Scout. Here he's the Aero Scout. Just some other stuff too. It's not super interesting. The figure is obviously different in his pants. And the accessories are all the same, so they're interchangeable. So I'm going to open this guy up. And I am going to have a complete one. And then I'm going to kind of shift this backpack and launcher down to this guy and just sell that one, and then I'll just need a knife and a gun and a missile for him. So kind of cool. He's got these from back here, these sort of antique 19th century U.S. cavalry officer's hat and uniform shirt, battle belt with ammo holders, a western styled desert insurgent's boots, U.S. cavalry style pistol holder, a real wooden stock Colt 46 sidearm. But then he has a very modern shoulder-mounted CRT 92A missile launcher. So he's kind of mixing the old with the new there. He looks very, very Wild West, which he's got wild in his name, and he's got that southern accent. So I'm gonna open this guy up again. I'm kind of, I kind of want to have him on the shelf. It's kind of cool. But you know what? I got a good deal on it, and I'm going to free him from his prison. Right? That's kind of what we do here. Is we free things from the prison. Toys are meant to be played with. And honestly, for $14, I mean, if you go to the store now, I mean, you get these like little crappy 3 1/4 inch Marvel figures, no accessories, mean, they're like 10 bucks. You know, some of the larger scale things are, you know, 20 bucks. So honestly, in today's dollars, you know, $14 for something like this isn't that bad. So get this bubble off here. And there we have Wild Bill version 2. And again, he's got some cool stuff. He's got this missile launcher. He's got a knife, which, you know, that's a hard thing to find. I mean, obviously, the smaller things are easier to get lost. His hat, I like his hat. His hat's pretty cool. And his knife can go, you can kind of slide right in there. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. If I had some friends, maybe one of my friends could record this. But that's what happens when you're a avid collector of children's toys in your 30s. You don't have any friends. I'm kidding, I have one friend. So his hat, how does the hat go on there? I guess the little things go on the front there. Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. I like him. He is very cool. He's got some friends over here. They're going to have a Wild West party. They're going to have a shootout, and they're going to drink some, what's that old-timey drink? You know what I'm talking about. Sarsaparilla, that's what it is. So they're gonna drink some sarsaparilla, and they're going to shoot some cobras, and maybe fly some helicopters, or what have you, and they're going to have a good old time. So thanks for watching. You know, now it's open, so here it is. It's, you know, I'm going to cut out that file card and again kind of switch some of those guys around here, and I think I might put him on the shelf. He's pretty cool. I don't think I can I like the hat. Removable hats are pretty cool. So thanks for watching, and as always, yo Joe.